here with the 2 millimeter shift. Let me just make sure this other live stream is ready to go. There it is. We are now live on Facebook. All right, guys, Josh Beecraft here with the 2 millimeter shift. I want to talk to you real quick about something I call the gratitude prayer. Now, some of you may or may not know, but I recently did a course on gratitude. It's like 11 modules, it's about 90 minutes long, and it really lays out a really good case for why gratitude is maybe, I'll put a maybe on there. I'm not going to be 100% confident, but maybe the best thing that anybody can do to have a better life. And it's kind of that, like, if there was only one thing to do, maybe gratitude is the answer to that, right? It's certainly worthy of a top exploration on that. So I decided to make a course because I truly believe it's one of the greatest gifts that we have. And we have the ability to do something that really I don't think any other animal in the animal kingdom is able to do, and that is to intentionally feel something, right? Which means we can decide to feel gratitude at any point. So what I'm going to do is just quickly get into it. I don't want to, I tend to be a little wordy, so I'm just going to get to it and tell you what the gratitude prayer is and what the premise is, because you can use this immediately. And if you want some more dimensionality on things, you can go get my free course. It's totally free. There's no cost. There's no pressure. There's no upsells. It's just my gift to say, hey, I think this is that important that I want people to know about it. So, hopefully something you find some value in. If not, no big deal. But here's the gratitude prayer. If you can imagine the thing that you care the most about in the world, a family member, your career, like whatever it is for anybody, everybody's got different things, right? For a lot of people, it's children. If you can think of the thing you care the most about in the world, and you can imagine that disappearing, the way you find the value of anything to you is that you just make it disappear, right? So when we make it disappear, we can instantly have a perspective that says, hey, that's why I love this thing. That's why I'm so grateful for it, right? So what I want you to do is take that concept and I want you to apply it to the most mundane things in your world, not the most important things, the most mundane things. These are things like drywall, right? These are things like glass or electricity or lighting, right? Light bulbs. And here's the reason that I want you to think of it, and I'll wrap this up here pretty quickly. But if you can imagine, right now we have two, maybe more industries for drywall, right? One of these industries goes out, carves this stuff out of the ground, great big machines and conveyor belts, and it's chopping up this rock and turning it into these flat boards. And then another industry to go install these into your house so you can have flat frickin' walls to put things on that nobody else cares about but you, right? It's amazing. Now, here's the deal though. It's not just that it's flat walls. It's literally like if you just came in and put it up, there'd be all these seams and it'd have these screws. So like somebody has to come over and make sure they're perfectly smooth, perfectly flat, painted in your chosen color to hang things on that nobody else cares about, right? And furthermore, that's the minimum standard, right? Like if I tried to sell you a house without drywall, you'd think I'm scamming you in some way. So like the worst thing we'll accept is that two industries had to get together to make sure that there's drywall in this thing. So I've got these flat walls, right? Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to make that disappear. Like in your head as a mental exercise, just go, drywall doesn't exist. Never seen it. I can never experience it. I don't even know what it is. And I want you to imagine the world without it, right? Like I always imagine there's like these studs all over and there's like insulation hanging in the walls. And like the whole place is different. The light doesn't bounce the same way. It's a darker room. There's, whatever's hanging on the wall is just contrasted by the pink insulation, right? Or yellow, whatever. In every building and in every city, in every neighborhood, right? Across millions and millions of homes. And every time I think like that, I go, wow, drywall's really freaking valuable. Like it does a lot for us, right? So here's what the gratitude prayer is. It's taking that concept and applying it to anything. And it is praying. I don't want to say praying to that thing, but you'll get what I mean by this in a minute. It's not the same as praying to it, but I want you to pray with gratitude to that thing with the intensity that you would the thing you care most about in your life. Like imagine you were thanking God for the thing that you care the most about in your life. And I want you to have that feeling and that intensity, because we can choose to feel that, right? Toward the mundane thing. So what this might look like is silently in your own mind. I don't want you like out there on the streets praying to drywall, right? This is for you. This is an internal thing to help you shift your state and to open up to a different emotional sort of reality. So what this might look like is, hey, drywall, man, thank you so much for providing the flat surfaces for me to hang things on, for bouncing the light around the room, for having whatever safety things that are involved with construction, for being, the color that I want it to be. Thank you for what you do in this house, right? I know that sounds weird, right? Like it's this inanimate object and you're supposed to be like ooey gooey over it. I'm not asking you to be ooey gooey. I'm asking you to intentionally find a reason to be grateful for the things that actually add value to your life, right? So like imagine looking at the light bulb and go, wow, light bulb, like thank you for shining light into the room, because without it, I would have these other problems, right? It's dark, I'd trip over things, whatever it is. I may not be perfectly lit to be on camera, live streaming on the internet. And mind you, thank you, technology and Facebook, for being there for me to stream live on the internet and say words that I care more about than the people listening to them, right? Sometimes, I suppose, probably often. But that's my whole point, is that all of these things are here to serve you. And we often forget that life is built for us, right? And we set the standards. Like I said, you won't even accept a house that doesn't have drywall. You set that standard and you're like, nope, doesn't even matter how much money you have, right? You have this like, you turn your nose up to like regular just boarded walls or whatever the other options are, right? So it's all for us. And I think what happens is we take it for granted. It becomes background noise and we miss the opportunity to just be grateful for how amazing everything is. And what's great is that we've all got problems, right? We've all got things going on in our life that we're sorting out. But if we're being truly accurate in assessing how many problems we have in life, we'd have to also acknowledge the things that take problems away, right? We go, yeah, I got some problems to figure out, of course, but I also have all of these great things going for me. And if I just decide to be grateful for these great things and really acknowledge it, really like understand the value it provides for my life, it's much harder for me to feel the weight and the drag down of a particular bad thing that's going on, right? That doesn't mean that it's perfect. I'm not saying you're just going to eliminate every single bad thing that goes on in your life. What I am going to say is that the more you practice this and the more you integrate this into your life and the more you contemplate the world around you from the value that it delivers and decide to feel thankful for that. Decide to be in that state of gratitude. There's a whole slew of things that happen. Okay, when you're in a state of gratitude, you can't be in a state of scarcity. Like when you're really there, you cannot be in a place where there's not enough, right? Mentally, emotionally, like your worldview changes to there being enough, right? Depression lowers, anxiety lowers. There's a whole bunch of health benefits. I go over it all in the course. You're welcome to pick it up. I think I put a link in the comment. Go sign up. It's totally free. If you don't want it, no big deal. That's why I'm doing this video out here, because you're going to get something. And here's the deal. I have this like vision that gratitude can change the world if we talk about it enough and often. And I think it's one of those things that can take the edge off of everything in life. It just softens all the edges, right? And imagine a whole population of people doing that, or imagine 1 million more people than there are today that just have a daily practice of gratitude. Like it would have to have a measurable impact on the world. So my thinking here is if I can get you to get on board with it, and you can get other people on board with it, maybe a decade from now, I can look back and go, hey, I started this gratitude thing. And I know a lot of other people have talked about it. I'll never own I don't own gratitude, right? That would be counter to the entire intention. But maybe I can be one of the voices that helped carry it out there and inspire other people to talk about it. Because we all go on Facebook and we go, oh, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, right? Or, oh, I wish that we could focus on the unity and all of the happy things. But then we don't appreciate it. We go get mad at the bad things, right? It's like, fine, the bad things are the bad things and they need to be dealt with however they need to be dealt with. But when they're dealt with from a place of gratitude, you have more resources available to you to deal with them, right? There's a whole slew of things. Like I could talk to them blue in the face about the benefits of this. And that's why I think it's so powerful. And we never talk about it. I know when I was growing up, my entire life. Nobody was ever like, let me help you understand why gratitude is so important. It was just like, make sure you say please and thank you. I'm not judging my parents for that, or any other authority figure. That's what they learned as well. But my point is that we're not taught the actual benefit of this. And it's not a religion, it's not a cult, it's just a little thing that you do with yourself when nobody has to know, and you can do it silently. You could be in the line getting groceries, right? Checking out, being thankful that there's a person there to scan all of your items and make sure the prices are right, and that this store is there to provide all of this produce. And you can just actually acknowledge the value that you get on a daily basis in your life. And I promise you things change. Like, I don't know what things change, right? It depends on you, your activity, your life, but I promise you things change. And that's why gratitude is so powerful, because for every single person, no matter where they're at on the scale of good, bad, poor, rich, whatever the polarities are that we want to talk about, gratitude amplifies only and always. It's the only thing it does, is amplify the good parts of humanity. It doesn't amplify any of the bad parts. You can't appreciate, oh, thank God for this violence and murder, right? Like you can't actually do that. Like you feel it in your system. It doesn't work. You know that you're pushing it through, right? Now, what you can do, and this is just a little extra trick, you can look at the bad things that happened to you personally and look at the lessons that you got out of it and be thankful for those lessons. By proxy, kind of being thankful for the bad thing, right? I don't want to picture this as like an advanced way to use gratitude, but it's a different way than what you would expect to. And I promise you, this amplifies therapy. It replaces therapy for some people. Just do it. So the gratitude prayer, pick the mundane things. We have little containers to put liquid in so we can carry it anywhere we want and have our chosen freaking drink and our chosen freaking flavor. And it's so common for us to have it that we don't even think about it. Like, do you know how amazing that is? And I know that sounds like hyperbole, maybe, like, Josh, like you're going a little crazy on this, but like, really imagine the world without cans, period. Right? Imagine it without a container to put your liquid in to carry it around and enjoy it the way that you currently enjoy it. Imagine those just don't exist. The only place to get a drink is from the one place that only has water, and you have to walk to it wherever you're at in the village, right? Or however you picture it. We live in a phenomenal world, and we forget that. I forget that. This is as much of a reminder for me as it is for anybody, because I can very easily forget it. So I know you probably can forget it as well. That's why I know gratitude will help. So there it is. That's my 13 minutes of gratitude, the gratitude prayer. Take this and amplify it. The people who have actually done this, the people who I've talked to and coached through this that have actually done it, come back and go, dude, holy crap. Like, how did you know how to do that? It's like, I didn't know how to do anything. I just understood gratitude worked, right? So like, when you start thanking the curtains and the curtain rods and the carpet and the rugs and the shoes, and there's so many things, like you'll run out of things to be grateful for. And when you get up in the morning, you know that you win on this. When you get up in the morning, and the first thing you're doing is being thankful for the stuff that's around you, right? Being in your bed, being thankful that you got a soft bed to sleep in, a warm blanket, that you're not hungry, that you're not starving, that you've got enough food, that the temperature is right, you know, that you slept well. There's so many things that you can start to push this into and make it a habit. When you make it a habit, it becomes part of your reality. If bad habits cause bad things, good habits cause good things. One of the good habits you can have is gratitude. I'll leave it with that. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you.